Captain America throws his mighty shield. All those who chose to oppose his shield are killed. If he left to a fight in the fullest use, then the red and the white and then the blue come through when Captain America throws his mighty shield.
When Captain America throws his mighty shield.
We'll just put it in the intro.
You'll put it in the intro.
So yeah, we saw Captain America: The Winter Soldier. Sam, what did you think?
I loved it.
Mike's over here.
I loved it. It was great. It was my favorite solo movie from Marvel Studios.
Favorite Marvel movie.
Ever.
Favorite Marvel movie.
I agree.
Yeah. Well, I grade Avengers differently, but yeah, it's up there.
I think it's better than Avengers.
There was more.
Way better.
I feel like there was more in.
It starts off and you're just waiting, then it's the big action scene. But from the beginning, it just...
No, I totally get that. It was just one of those, like, I kind of don't want to have to compare Avengers and Cap and then Avengers with, like, the next Iron Man. So I just set it off to the side because it's like an event.
Yeah,
but yeah, Cap was the best of the singles.
Yeah,
it's the crossover, like Jose said earlier.
Yeah.
Co-op that.
Yeah.
It's the crossover.
The crossover. So yeah, I guess it doesn't count. It's because the way I look at it, I looked at all the characters that were in Avengers, and I look at all the characters that they introduced in Cap, and it kind of balanced out.
Oh yeah.
That's why I was just like, wow, that was great stuff right there.
It was.
But also, you got to give it the villains that they used in the movie were probably the most threatening and imposing villains in the Marvel universe today.
The Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
It was really cool.
Yeah. When Winter Soldier comes after you.
You're
You're
in trouble.
dead.
You're in trouble.
I loved it. Winter Soldier ripped it. I felt for him. Everybody was like, "Oh no!" Like I wasn't sure. Well, Jared was. He was like the villain, but like I kind of felt for him because I knew what happened to him, and I knew that he got brainwashed and he didn't know who he was. So I felt for him. Yeah.
You know, every Sunday. Yeah.
But it was. He did mad good. I loved every time he was on screen and he took Steve Rogers up top. It was like, you're a super soldier, but guess what? Me too, son. And
that's why it was so cool because it made him still imposing, but it didn't dumb down Captain America in any way.
No.
Like he didn't. None of them overshadowed. Like Cap it was such a good match.
Badass.
It was so good.
I loved it. I loved it just because each character got like their own moment to shine.
Yeah.
You had Black Widow was being awesome, Falcon, Nick Fury, Cap. They all had just great
Crossbones.
moments.
Yeah.
Crossbones.
Rumlow. I don't even like Falcon as a character, but I thought he was awesome in the
Yeah,
movie.
Anthony
Mackie's
Anthony
definitely
Mackie owned
great. Yes,
that.
Anthony Mackie definitely.
Yeah.
That's how he needs to be written in the comic books, honestly.
Yeah. I would read a solo Anthony Mackie comic book before I read a solo Falcon.
That'd be a weird book.
He still had all that muscle from
Pain and Gain.
Pain and Gain.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Small ding dong though. Spoilers?
Yeah, let's just...
Spoilers. Tony's gonna do spoilers.
If you haven't seen the movie yet, turn away now.
No, don't turn away.
Why haven't you seen the movie?
Yeah,
exactly.
Why haven't you seen the movie?
Let
and
us
click this
spoil
link
it for you.
3 days. You've had 3 days.
Jesus came back in 3 days. If you haven't seen the movie in that amount of time,
So did Cap.
You're
Yeah.
failing
Cap came back
Christianity.
to- Well, years though, like 70 years.
No, I'm saying this movie essentially is like the span of like 3 days at one point.
So you're comparing Captain America to Jesus.
I am.
Cool.
I thought, isn't that what the story was based on?
Actually,
America, greater sign, Jesus. We're all on board with this. We're all going down together.
I am not.
Alright, so show of hands. Show of hands. Who all thought Robert Redford at one point was going to be the Red Skull?
I did.
No?
Yeah.
I did.
Didn't? No?
I did.
It's a cool shirt. I didn't see that
Yes.
I kind of knew like
Told ya.
Red Skull wasn't gonna be in the movie because they never mentioned a casting.
But see,
call.
that's
They
the
could've
thing.
recast
See,
him.
they
Yeah.
recast him as Robert Redford
because
because
it's just a mask.
what's his name?
Agent Smith.
Agent Smith. Yes.
Yeah.
Hugo Weaving. He said that he was done.
Yeah.
He said that no,
Which sucks.
I hope Marvel doesn't pick up my contract because I don't want to do this. Anymore.
And Red Skull was
He
like
was
sucked
awesome.
up into space. Anything could have happened to his face.
Yeah.
But spoilers. They had the staff at the end of the movie. You see that Hydra actually had the staff after the whole events at. And they had, so at one point that means that Shield / Hydra had.
Well, yeah.
By the way,
Shield and Hydra
are
the same
infected.
thing.
It's
So
the
is
same
it-
thing.
So essentially,
Which is
let's just try to encapsulate the whole summary of the whole movie. The movie opens up with Cap having to storm a ship that was taken over by pirates. Turns out that the ship was also with led by George St. Pierre as Batroc the Leaper. turns out Black Widow also had like her own secret mission on that ship, which leads to you finding out that the ship was actually the pirates were actually hired by Sam Jackson, by Nick Fury.
not
Nick
Sam
Fury,
Jackson.
yeah.
That would have been a twist.
That would've been a
That
great
would've been a
twist.
twist.
They go after
Because
Sam Jackson instead.
He's an
they were,
LMD.
they were looking for information for this plot device that would be used later on in the movie. This leads to Cap and Sam Jackson basically having this talk where Cap's like, I don't trust you anymore. He's like, well, let me show you my secret hangar with Metal Gear in it. And Cap has his Metal Gear moment, sees these giant helicarriers, and then it turns into this whole like espionage type movie
Yes.
of like, who do you
Who
trust?
do you trust? Who
Yeah.
can I? Who are the good guys?
Yeah.
Yeah. And Arnim Zola.
Yeah. Arnim
Is
Zola,
a computer.
who I could never have expected them to pull off the way they did.
Yes.
And they did it perfectly.
They did. They nailed it.
And it's
One of the
again
best parts of the
when you
movie.
go back and you look at Cap 1, you see them planting the seeds because
Yeah.
he turns
Yeah.
himself over to Tommy Lee Jones.
Yeah.
And we find out help found Shield,
And it makes sense.
was
And they
Agent Carter.
connected.
That's
They
exactly
connected
with the
to
Nazis.
They connected to everything else because they
Nazis.
have Armin
Well,
Zola in
also-
charge of killing Tony's parents.
Yeah.
Yes.
They basically showed the whole what would be
Everybody's
Sharon
hijacked.
Carter series.
Yeah.
in
Shield
that, like,
is a bunch
5
of
minutes.
One of the
Nazis,
Easter eggs
essentially.
in Cap 1, when you see them pull up to Red Skull Secret Base, and Arnim Zola is doing little calculations on paper. If you look on the paper there, it's his robot
Yeah,
body.
yeah.
It's with the screen in it.
Yeah.
So they were like again, that's why I said Stephen Strange is coming soon because Marvel never wastes a cameo. If they say something, it's gonna pay dividends at
They
some
mentioned
point.
Stephen Strange. They were like talking about threats and like just nonchalantly. Stephen Strange.
Yeah.
I
And
missed that
all
part just
how do you miss
because.
All
that?
super nerds.
I heard
automatic
every
gas.
name but that for some reason. I zoned out for that name.
No, but as soon as it happened, me and him were like, it happened.
And I'm like, wait, what did
I
I
wanted to
miss?
football tackle Nadia to get to Jose and high five.
Yeah, it was amazing. It was maybe the best part of a great movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think the
Stephen
best
Strange.
part of that movie was Bucky.
Bucky was
Oh,
Like every scene.
I can't
Chris
say that.
Evans.
Yeah.
I can't say
I
that.
can't say that
I
either.
can't
For
say
me,
what's
it
the
was-
best part of that
For
movie.
me, it was every scene Bucky showed up and I was like, this dude is just stealing.
I can't
Yeah.
say that he steals it because when he was going head to head with Black Widow, she was the best. That
Oh,
she was,
that
fine.
was
She was the
great.
best part of
Well,
that
that was
scene.
her best
Yeah.
fight scene periods up
Ever.
until this point.
Yeah, and then when he was
Iron
going
Man
up against
to that.
Cap, that was Cap. Like I can't say that Cap wasn't ripping it as hard
No.
as the Winter Soldier
But
was.
here's the thing, like this, I think my favorite Winter Soldier scene was essentially where like Cap gets smacked off the
Hell, the
helicarrier,
character, yeah.
and Falcon basically has been having like all these awesome moments. So
And the
he's like,
guns
he
are
goes to
fucking-
like dive off the helicarrier to
Yeah,
like
to
catch
get
Cap.
Cap.
Oh
And
god.
Winter Soldier's like,
Yeah,
hey,
we just-
That
no,
whole
no, no,
part. I
Get
was like,
back.
don't break the wings.
He's like,
don't break
nope.
the wings.
rip, Chuck, and I was like,
Oh, cool.
Anthony Mackie only did one movie.
Yeah, there was definitely you feel the dread in that movie. Like
Yeah.
nobody, I felt like no one was safe. It
Yeah.
had me that
Except
at
for
the edge
Cap.
of my seat. Did
I didn't
I
know.
didn't, especially after that he saw. I didn't think that he was gonna. The Bucky reveal was gonna happen so quick, and then he kept saying, "I'm not gonna give up on him."
Yeah.
And then after, spoiler, Cap gets shot.
Yeah.
I was like, "Is
But we
he gonna
knew-
die here? And is this where Bucky takes
We've
over
already
as Cap?" I swear to God, I was sitting in my seat like, "No fucking way!"
But we've already seen the Age of Ultron stills of
That's
him
true.
on set in the costume.
Damn
So-
spoilers. That's
He's in
why
Avengers,
see,
too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But still, so yeah, he was safe.
Chris Evans was awesome.
Yeah.
Evans, like, I didn't really, I wasn't in love with the casting one way or the other when he was first cast. But he was good in Cap 1. He was good in Avengers. But this one, he really,
He
like,
I was
took
gonna
it to
say
another
I
level.
loved him in Cap 1.
Yeah, he was great.
Because I loved.
But it's a
Honestly,
different
I think
level
what he
now.
did the best was small Steve Rogers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before he turned Captain, I felt the earnesty
Yeah.
in his.
Yeah.
The
But you
honesty in
believe
his
it. You
performance.
believe that
Yeah,
he's
he
a
was-
good man.
exactly.
That
A
short
good
scene
man.
of
You
him
believe
when
that?
he was
Yeah.
the skinny one and Bucky from like the past. That
Yes.
one was pretty.
That
good.
was. Yeah.
Yeah, with the body.
It got me a little teary eyed.
He portrays hope. And, like,
Yeah.
and everybody's charming as fuck.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everybody's charming
Even
as
Black
fuck.
Widow.
Yeah,
Even
no.
Black
Yeah.
Widow.
But,
I
but this is
never
the first
really
movie.
loved
Actually,
Scarlett
for me,
Johansson
this
either.
is the first movie where she came across as sinister, and
Yeah.
that's something that I thought was always missing from Scarlett
Yeah.
Johansson.
Sinister
Part
and
of
likable.
me almost didn't trust her halfway through the movie.
Yeah.
I didn't
which is
trust
good.
her.
Is she
I didn't
in it?
exactly.
Which is
when Nick
the
Fury
point.
didn't go to
Exactly.
her. When Nick Fury didn't go to her, and she seemed like she was hurt that Nick Fury didn't
Yeah.
tell her.
Yeah.
That I was like, oh shit.
I just like I like the
You went to
relationship.
Robin Scherbatsky, though.
Yeah.
Fuck Robin Scherbatsky.
Keep that out of this.
It was
No, but-
terrible.
No. We're not going into that.
Next episode.
There was like two moments though. There were two moments when we were in the theater and like there were like huge audible gasps. First was like when the mask falls off and Cap like says like Bucky.
Do you think people didn't know it was Bucky?
I think there were plenty of people that didn't know.
Yeah,
and
I
I
heard
think
a lot
those
of people
are
being
dumb
like,
for not picking up on it.
I heard somebody say,
accidentally
"Who
when
that?"
the
There were
gas
people.
went off.
There were
If you
people
had never
behind
read the
us.
comic,
Yeah.
if you had never read the comic, would you have known Winter Soldier was Bucky?
I know who Sebastian Stan is.
I don't
Exactly.
think no, I
Yeah.
But no.
But
see,
people
but
don't
no.
even like.
When
No.
the Winter Soldier to
Read
Sebastian
that.
Stan connection was hard to make on a visual level alone
Mm-hmm.
because there were people in the theater behind me that
No, the
watched
people-
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I heard them talking
Yeah.
that they watched Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So they were obviously connected to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. If they're you don't watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. without watching all of the Marvel
Yeah.
movies, you know? But when the Bucky reveal came out, somebody said, "Who's that?" That's his partner from the first movie.
Yeah.
So
I heard a lot of,
even
like,
if they're just
"Oh,
people
no, it's
follow,
Bucky."
the people that just go and purely follow the movies and just didn't make the connection, with,
Yeah.
you know,
That's
right
right.
away.
And but that's like it was hilarious when I heard the guests. I was like, really? I was like,
Really?
there are
You
people.
guys didn't know that?
I was like,
Really?
there are people here that.
I was
do that?
happy about that. I
And
was
then
like,
the second,
oh, okay.
the
All right,
second
well,
honorable guest
I think
was-
we're running low on
Understand
time.
it, though.
Yeah, we
We're
are
running
running
low
low.
on time.
We'll be back. We're gonna put a cut here and we're gonna shoot some more on Cap.
We'll be back for part 2.
Yes.
What-
Jose, what's your favorite scene?
I think, yeah, okay, the Doctor Strange thing made me jump, and me and Jared noticed that they showed like technically the Avengers Tower,
Avengers Tower.
when they were showing all the targets.
Yeah,
and
Avengers
all
Tower.
that
See,
got me excited.
I didn't notice it. I saw the tower at first, and I saw the launch pad, but
Yeah.
I also saw the big circle, but I didn't see what was inside of it. So Jose reacted, and then I reacted because Jose's reacting. I saw that too, so he saw it. But in my head, I didn't go Avengers Tower right away. I was like, "Is that the Baxter Building?"
Oh,
And then,
It broke his little
and
heart.
then I was like, "What if you
break.
That's like singing you saw Xavier's mansion
Yes,
somewhere.
yes, exactly.
They showed,
And I was
It's like you saw Scott Summers' name on the board somewhere.
He's not a threat to anybody but himself.
Well, he's dead.
Yeah.
But yeah, but no, yeah, that was definitely Avengers Tower.
That's me. I just saw Tony Stark's name. I didn't even put 2 and 2 together. That was
I gotta say that I'm very upset with the guy that they cast for Howard Stark. What's his name?
Oh.
the recent guy.
Yeah, the one.
Why?
I'm very upset about his casting because he should have replaced Robert Downey Jr. because he's perfect. He would be a perfect. And he can't.
Well, that's
now.
the point, though.
I know, but like if there was anybody that I would want to take over that role, I could totally see him being a younger, brasher Iron Man. I mean, but how would you do that? I mean, I guess at that point, like, would that be too far fetched to say? Oh, well, he was the father, so now like he's matured into play to look like his dad.
I don't know.
I
But
don't
then again,
think
they
so.
did pull off Arnim Zola, so at this point, I don't know.
And I think they're gonna want to, if once they eventually replace Robert Downey Jr., they're gonna want to go
Yeah.
somewhere
Veer
else.
far away from it.
Somewhere
Favorite scene?
big.
Favorite scene? It's got to be the Armin Zola reveal. It's got to be. I mean, it was so much stuff.
And it was in Jersey.
Plus that, yeah.
No, when they pulled up and it's like "Welcome to New Jersey," I was like, "Oh, this movie's got to hell."
It's like just
Literally.
No,
Yeah.
cut
wasn't
off
it-
one head, for 2 places.
This is not
Great.
a recording file. He's good. Toby Jones is good.
I am
Yeah,
not
favorite scene.
recording.
He's
Oh, it has to be towards the end where he's fighting Cap and he's starting to remember a little bit, but instead of trying to remember, he just keeps punching him, and then Cap's just taking it, and then Black Widow and Fury, they're going to get Falcon, and he's running out. He's like, I'm on the 41st floor or whatever, and they get him, and then Captain just falls off.
The nonsense.
carrier.
That was.
cool.
And it was so much going on at once, and I'm like, someone's gonna die. Someone's gonna die.
That's all I kept thinking. I was like, someone's not walking out of this
He
movie.
kept hitting him with the metal arm,
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Yeah.
They didn't make
Yeah.
any, like,
No.
he wasn't punching with, he was like,
I would've
I
started
think that's the
crying.
first time we saw Steve Rogers like
Lumped
hurt.
up.
Yeah.
he was,
Lumped up.
he was hurting everyone this whole
No,
movie. 'cause
Then
he's
when
awesome.
when he's just like wailing on him when like
Yeah.
it's pretty much as the thing's crashing.
It
I'm
got
like,
quiet.
I was like, please
It
show
got
me
quiet
his
in the
face.
theater, and I'm like, what an
That's what I'm
asshole.
saying. It got so. I really thought Steve Rogers was gonna die there.
I was
The way
like,
that he descends into the water, he
I was like,
lost
show me
when he
his
lost the
lumpy face.
shield. I was like,
Yeah. He just threw the shield away. I would
Oh, he
never
said,
do that.
"Fuck this."
When
shit.
he said that, I was like, oh, because vibranium machine. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is why Wakanda's going bankrupt.
I'm sure someone's gonna wake up, like, go fishing and be real happy one day.
Oh well,
I would be thrilled.
I'm gonna hide this and tell
You
no
know,
one.
that would have been a great way to if they did that kind of gag.
As for the
in,
after credit end credit scene.
No, if they did that kind of gag with like Thor with Mjolnir, it's like that's how they set up like the Wrecking Crew.
I thought they would do that in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Sam,
They
favorite,
could-
Where they-
favorite scene.
Wrecking Crew with the Berserkers. Oh, I mean, the Arnim Zola scene's great. When Jasper Sitwell mentions like people who are threats, though, and he says Stephen Strange, that's the moment I was like giggling and like I couldn't stop thinking about it because that's like we're getting a movie now and it's coming. It's got to be soon.
Yeah, he's already
Probably
established him in the Marvel
It'll
Cinematic.
probably be the
Universe.
next one after
Ant-Man.
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 I'm thinking.
You got your favorite scene?
you asking questions that hurt my soul so much. There's just too
We
much
haven't
good.
even spoken.
But
a lot
I gotta
about
say,
that.
just like
the elevator scene.
Oh,
that was awesome.
We've been
That
seeing
whole-
that since
Oh,
like.
I'm sorry.
a long
So
time. It was amazing.
Civil War.
You mean
That was
Yeah.
the Civil War
Yeah.
exit. Right?
Yeah.
That's what that scene
Pretty
was.
much. And when he takes down that fucking
Ignore that.
plane too.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It might be my favorite scene where he ding ding.
Yeah.
He used the hell out of that
But
shield.
it was
Yeah, this is the most I've ever seen him like be inventive with the shield.
Yeah.
that
And then
shit
it didn't have like the weird like some problems I had were like the first ones like where like he would use the shield and there were clearly open shots to Captain America like and vital organs that like he just left himself exposed. This time I'm like
he used the shield to cover his whole body
perfectly. And I was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
okay, he's
When he goes
Whoever did
to
the fight
stop
choreography is
Bucky from killing Black Widow, and
Yeah.
he crouches down, you don't even
Yeah.
see his body. All
Yeah.
you see is the
Yeah.
shield. And I was just like, well, yeah, he
I
would be
think-
flexible like that.
I think one of my favorite scenes, if not the big helicarrier moment at the end, was the highway chase.
Yes.
Because that was just so perfect. Like everything about that scene, it was like they
Nick
had-
Fury chase was awesome.
Oh,
too.
yeah.
Nick Fury
exactly.
because it gave Sam Jackson a moment to finally
Honestly,
be
the
badass.
fight between Batroc and Captain America was
That was a great fight.
just
Every fight was great. Whoever is doing like the fight choreography for
Choreography.
Marvel right now,
Excellent. I don't know if
Keep
it's
him
one
going.
person or if it's a team.
well. That
but-
person needs to be doing
Let's go to
Daredevil.
team.
That's what I want
Yeah,
Daredevil.
that person
to look
needs to be.
like. That's what Daredevil needs to fight
They,
like.
Or Iron
Agents of
Man.
Shield needs fight choreography because their fighting, whenever they do fighting, is one of the weaker parts. for
TV
me.
fighting.
It's
Yeah.
Smallville fighting.
No. It's not TV fighting because Arrow's fighting is amazing.
Yes.
You got a point there.
I love
but-
the relationship between Black
Black
Widow and Cap.
Yeah.
It's like a brother and sister
Sister,
thing, and it was just really,
kissing
really
brother
nice.
and
I was about to say, I don't know.
Kissing
I don't know about
cousins.
that one.
Kissing
Luke and
cousins.
Leia. Luke and Leia. They're like brothers and sisters. Who might, you know.
And it's funny when they start asking. It was
Old
like,
school,
when was the last time you kissed? He was like, oh, you're trying to say that I sucked because I haven't kissed like in 75 years.
I like her acting in this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Much
Yes,
better.
it was much
like
better.
she
was
would
good.
go from like being like completely like normal, no emotion, and then like he'd be like, "What's wrong?" and then her eyes get teary.
She said it. I only pretend I know everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was great.
Yeah.
That was
I
a
love
great
the
line to
stuff when
include.
her and Cap were talking, and she says, "Do you trust me to save your life?" I said, "I do now."
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh."
You know what? to go on that though, it's weird that they established Agent 13 and yet there was way more chemistry built up between Black Widow and
Yeah.
Cap.
Yeah.
I think they don't want to do that though, especially with Chris Evans almost on his way out in his Cap contract. Why waste time building that relationship of a romance?
And you can get Agent 13 in a Captain America 3 easier than you get Scarlett Johansson in a Captain
Yeah.
America 3.
But
And
it's
you
like
can
one
give
of those.
ScarJo her own movie.
Well,
Exactly.
I can see that happening. The part towards the end where she's like trying to get all the truth out about Hydra and stuff,
Yeah.
and he's like, "Well, you know, your past is going to be there too." And then she stopped and looked at him, and then she just kept going. I'm like,
Yeah.
"I want to know."
Well, her past is going to be something in Avengers 2. They were saying.
well, I
Yeah.
think her
It's going
past.
to be an issue.
She did a good like job finally like giving you some instances of it. in this one.
She's gonna work for Strucker. She's gonna have had worked for Strucker. That has
Oh,
to
that's
be.
okay.
Yeah,
I think
I
so.
think so.
Yeah, because
Strucker was in the
Strucker,
mid-credits
yeah,
scene.
and
Yeah.
he's supposed to be
Yeah, let's-
what?
Let's get into that before we run.
And Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch.
Okay,
Yes.
so when the movie wraps,
Talking about kissing brothers and sisters.
when the movie wraps, there's a mid-credit scene where essentially they reveal a new villain for Age of Ultron and
Yeah,
possibly Cap 3. We don't know
He's
yet.
got a 9-picture deal, so he
Yes.
could be
Okay.
a lot of
Yes, he's
stuff.
all over
and
the
it's
place.
Baron Wolfgang von Strucker. Basically,
It's not Baron Zemo?
no, it's not Baron Zemo. I wish it was.
He's got the scepter from Avengers.
He's got the
does.
scepter from
Loki's scepter,
Avengers.
Which
He's
might
got
be an Infinity Gem is what
he's
we're
got
thinking.
Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch in like captivity, which we know they're going to somehow escape by the next
Yeah,
movie.
no, he's or he might be using them
Yeah.
because, like they were
They
evil
started as
mutants
villains.
in the starting, they could
Yes.
be Hydras.
So you're saying they're
Hydra
going
instead
to
of the Brotherhood.
they're going to kill Hawkeye.
No.
Scarlet
I
Johansson
think-
kills Hawkeye.
Yeah, that's
She
true.
does it all the time.
She's got to.
Yes.
She's gotten good at
She's
it.
only done it twice.
And then
I'll care enough to like be you know, like, oh, that was good, but I don't care.
I don't want Hawkeye to die.
I don't care.
I don't
Watch
think he's.
how I
at this
soar.
point,
Yeah, he hasn't gotten a chance to do anything.
Just
Yeah,
yeah, but at
sure.
this point he's already being overshined.
I
Well,
know.
no,
Yeah.
but they said in interviews that Age of Ultron has a lot of Hulk stuff and a lot of Hawkeye stuff.
So
Yeah,
why
they
would
did show a lot
would
of
they do
pictures.
that just to kill him?
Yes.
It's just
Ah.
me.
Build them up.
That's
build
it. Black
them up.
Widow does.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
It's just me. And
Spoilers.
nobody's been talking about doing a Hawkeye movie. They've been talking about doing a Black Widow movie. Nobody says, "Hey, can you wait for that Clinton Barton movie?"
And Jeremy Renner is expensive at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which
and,
is-
you know whatever.
It sucks because, like I said, they should a Hawkeye series based on the comic book that's going on now would be cool as hell.
I wouldn't want to watch that.
This has nothing to do with Hawkeye or.
There's
That
too
wouldn't-
much
yeah.
to build it up.
I wanna see
that
the
wouldn't
Vision.
make any sense in the
the
overall
Vision, yeah,
cinematic
we know
universe.
that.
That would be a wasted movie. I feel. I feel like if they're not building towards the next event
Yeah.
in a solo film, there's no point in having the film. Like even when it's just like little things like we got at
If it's
the
little
end of
things,
Thor
yeah.
2, you know.
But it has to
But
be
it's still
standalone,
it has to be
too.
progressive.
Yeah.
Like a tale of Hawkeye like trying to protect
Well,
his
there could be a
apartment.
You know who we
Really
haven't talked about, by the way? Gary Chandler. Finally getting Shandlin, sorry. Finally getting everything
Back
tied
in-
back to
from
Iron Man 2.
Yeah.
It's like, oh hey, here's that like throwaway like cameo from Iron Man 2, and now it makes sense because he's part of Hydra.
Which what we were talking about before
Should
is
take
that how far somebody else was. It goes the Hydra connection.
Yeah.
Obadiah Stane in Iron Man 1.
Yeah.
Because Arnim Zola says they killed Howard Stark, but Stain also said that he had a role in that. So
Maybe he
was
killed them
Hydra.
on Hydra's
Yeah.
behalf.
All right.
Which is-
On that note, parting words, 2 sentences. Cap.
It's a great movie. It's amazing how they can do something dark and serious, but at the same time keep it light and funny. It's just a perfect movie.
That's 3 sentences. Luca.
Hell Hydra.
Damn it. It was.
That's what you gonna say?
I can't beat that now. It was good. You know, like every character was perfect. They couldn't have done it any better. And go ahead. I don't want
You
to
know,
start
ramble.
going on and on.
I want to watch it again right now.
I'm Team Bucky. That's all I'm saying.
DC should just stop making movies.
And on that note,
We'll see you guys next week. Like, comment, subscribe, share this video. Bye, guys.